Hey YouTube, so I'm having a bad problem with rats in my backyard. My wife was out here last night, and she was so freaked out she called me because the rats were just playing around in our chicken area and stuff like it was their little playground. So um, I had to do something. So my solution is this. This is a homemade bait station. I built 5 of these. I bought all the parts at local hardware stores. They're not hard to make. They're a little time consuming, but they save a lot of money if you need several bait stations, because you can buy commercial bait stations, but they're kind of pricey. And if you need more than a few of them, it can add up. So I built 5 of these, and the parts cost was around $80, not including the bait. So let me show you how these work. You can see there's a metal threaded rod that goes down there. There's a wing nut there, and underneath it, that nut is just acting as a washer. I just use spare parts because I didn't want to buy washers for a rat bait station. And that rod goes all the way down this top shaft, and on it there's baits, and the baits are stacked. There's a few of them on there, 4 actually, and on the bottom of that rod there's a lock nut, and that just stays put. And this is all just plumbing parts. So I'm going to kind of walk through what these parts are and how you put this together. So this is your main part. This is a T. This one's called a sand T. I was lucky to find them at Orchard Supply on sale, because Orchard's going out of business right now. So I got them for, I don't know, 4 something a piece. Usually they're between, $4 and $6, depending on where you buy them. Those are the cheapest ones I could find. You don't need a specific style of tee, just the cheapest one you could find is fine. This is 3-inch pipe. You can go smaller. 2 inches probably fine. I went a little bigger just because I've seen some big rats around, and I didn't want them to have to squeeze in there. I want to give them plenty of room. But my dogs can't get in here, and my chickens can't get in here, not with this on here. So the first part's the tee. Second part you're going to have to buy separately is this cap. This is a 3-inch end cap. You're going to need some of this dowel, this threaded dowel. This is 632 threaded dowel. You're going to need wing nuts. These are 632 wing nuts. You can use a washer here or a scrap larger nut like I did, whatever. Just something underneath here as a spacer. You probably could just put this straight against the plastic, but I wanted a spacer under here to make this easy to adjust if I need to move the rod up or down. On the other end of the rod, you're going to need a lock nut, and it has an insert in it to keep it from moving around. That way the rats don't unscrew it and drop all the baits. And then you're going to need some ABS pipe. They sell it out here in 10-foot lengths. Sometimes you can find shorter. Most of the time it's 10 foot, a 10-foot length. I got it for 14 something because it was on sale, but it's usually 15 to 20 bucks for a 10-foot length. These are just pieces of 3-inch ABS that are cut to 6 inches. All 3 of these are just 6-inch long pieces of ABS, and this is put together just with pressure. I didn't glue this, so you can just pull these out, and if you need to clean it or adjust something for some reason, I'll probably never have to take it apart, but there's no need to glue it all together. This is not glued, that's not glued, especially this. You do not want to glue that, because you have to take this off in order to rebait it. So the way it works is, because these baits are on this rod and they're stacked. See, those baits have a hole pre-drilled in them or formed in them from the factory, and they slip onto that rod real easily. They're kind of loose, and there's 4 of them stacked on end on each other, and when the rat eats this bottom one, the one above it will drop down, and this will rebait itself for 4 blocks. Now, the blocks in here, the bottom of that block is about right there, so they're only about that tall. So there's like 1, 2, 3, 4. I could fit 2 more in there. I could fit 6 in there, but I'm gonna start with 4, and we'll see how it goes. And if you need to adjust the height, you can use this wing nut, and you can raise or lower the rod so that you get that bait where the rats can see all the way through, but they can also easily get to it to eat it. So you don't want it all the way down, because it'll block the opening, and mice and rats can sometimes get a little skittish if they can't see an exit in something like this. So sometimes they'll still use a bait station that is a closed system where they have to walk in there and go around a corner and grab a bait. But a lot of times they're more likely to go through it if they can see all the way through. So that's why I wanted to build this design. And we'll see how it works. I'm not going to put any stands on it or anything. I've just put them around my yard. I actually just went and pulled this, and they stand up against walls and stuff just fine. They'll lean up against it. They can be pretty vertical, and the idea is you want to find places around your property where you've seen rat droppings or seen activity of rodents, and you want to put them there. Usually they like to travel along walls, so I'm going to put them all around by my walls here where I've seen them, and I'll check on them in a few days and we'll see if they're working out. So if you have any questions or comments, please feel free to comment. Do like and subscribe. I'll post videos periodically on a lot of different subjects. So most of it's DIY stuff, chickens, gardening, beekeeping, and a lot of remodeling and handyman type stuff and random DIY projects like this. So thank you much. Have a good day.